Hey everybody, Scott Monday with Kitchen and Bath Crate, and I have another desktop virtual tour coming your way today. This is of a custom kitchen in Dublin, California. And what I want to show you today is a little bit behind, kind of what does a kitchen look like when you start out with one from the early 2000s, in this case 2000 exactly. Looks great, right? Looks clean, well taken care of. But what if the functionality and to a certain extent the layout is just not what you want on the project? So how do you handle that type of scenario? So I think this is a great case study. So this is kitchenCRATE Custom Ferncroft Court in Dublin, California. And so we're going to jump into this project, and I'm going to kind of go down to the bottom left corner. What you can see here is when we arrived on the scene, it's in great shape. The floor looks great. The cabinets look good. They do have some dated elements to the cabinets. They have this eyebrow top here, this arch top at the uppers, which is, it dates them a little bit. Another thing that dates this particular project is the tiled countertops. Really don't see that at all these days. It's all your solid surfaces and your stones, obviously a tile backsplash as well. And then the tonality of the cabinets with what we call kind of a blonde oak or a yellow oak. It looks great, right? It looks clean. You can obviously tell this customer loves this home and really takes care of it well. But once again, that blonde oak just kind of puts you right back to about 20, 25 years ago in terms of the date of the existing kitchen. As we move around, you can see the island has it's a natural stone granite top that really looks like it's smack out of the year 2000. Kind of those, it's almost a pinkish tone. Really doesn't play all that well with the yellow oak. And then once again, the tile backsplash. So just overall, this goes into the category of a functional, really well taken care of kitchen that is just starting to look dated after 22 years. A couple pain points. This area here, which is kind of like this sort of coffee bar desk area right here. This is an element of kitchens people really aren't loving in 2022. And then on the left here, you'll see what used to be kind of a seating bench here in the dinette area that you'll see kind of what we do to that space to make it a little bit better, because you don't really need this seating here if you have a table configuration like this with seating all around. So let's jump into the before and afters that you've all been waiting for. On the right side, you'll see a dramatic change in finishes. So we go on the left from early 2000s, dated finishes, all warm tones, to very much a crisp, clean, modern kitchen on the right. And what I like that they did there is on the floor, they actually added warmth with this floor. You can see this floor isn't really necessarily in your gray family or anything like that. It's a warm floor and really plays super well with the cool tones of the kitchen. And as you can see on the right side, we used to have this coffee bar and desk area, and that is gone. So this is a kitchenCRATE Custom. So we did all new custom cabinets. And that allows us to do things like turning this coffee bar and desk area into full height pantry. Just immense amount of storage right here, makes it super functional, especially for a larger family. And the fridge was reused in the same location with new cabinetry above. Pantry stays where it was. And we don't have great pictures of it, my apologies, but this kind of coffee bar room back, this bar area back into this room here, did all new cabinets, and I'll show you a little bit closer picture here in just a minute. Island in a similar location, although the microwave is now in the island. Microwave drawers are very common right now. It is something you have to pay attention to from an electrical load requirement. Those microwave drawers always require a dedicated circuit to be brought up into the island area. And if you're on a slab foundation, that can create some additional issues, specifically if you're on what's called a post-tension slab foundation. You would kind of know that if you were on one of those. They're very prominent in clay soils. But in this particular case, we were able to get the proper electrical over to the island and put that microwave drawer in place. Now let's take a look over at the faucet wall. Gone is the bench seat on the left side, and in its place is a full bank of lower drawers. I have a very similar configuration to this in my own home. We have a 1974 home that we remodeled a few years back, actually in the middle of COVID. And we now have a very large bank of drawers, and we love it. The depth of the drawers is super handy for dishes and plates, and even our kids have like a craft area. So you can see this customer here on Ferncroft did the same thing. Adding that bank of drawers creates very accessible, very functional, heavy duty. They can take a ton of weight. You don't have to reach in there to pull out, that massive punch bowl that Gertrude, your aunt, got you back in, 1987. You can really just set those things down in these drawers and access them perfectly. So really like the bank of drawers here on this left side. Now you can kind of get a peek right here into this bar area. Wine refrigerator, super cool backsplash tile, great storage. And the countertops here are a very calming quartz countertop, a Pietra Dene quartz. And I love the hood system here. You can see it's a custom hood with an insert. I really like how it kind of plays with the coloring of the island as well. You can see another shot of the custom hood. Really makes a difference from the old hood scenario that you see in the previous 2000s kitchen. Kept the, I guess you call it like a wash sink or a bar sink, if you will, at the island, but obviously pivoted it 180 degrees. That makes sense. Usually you're going to want to access your sinks from the same side instead of walking around to access this sink. So that made a lot of sense in terms of spinning around when it comes to the bar sink that's in the island. This is a trash pull out here. Once again, I mentioned the microwave drawer. Underneath the cooktop, you have more drawers, which are great for your pots and pans. Once again, you can access from the top instead of having to get inside your cabinets. Very functional layout there. Yeah, those are really the highlights. So once again, this is a kitchen where you really dealt with a beautiful kitchen in really good condition, but just the layout and the functionality wasn't what the customer wanted. So now we have a beautiful pantry. We have a microwave and a drawer here. We have a nice decorative hood. We have a bank of drawers along the former bench seat. So I would say the storage in this particular kitchen probably increased by 30 to 40% without compromising any of the flow or the layout of the project. Last but not least, I will show you the schedule for this job. We're trying to do this a little more often because, quite frankly, some folks can't quite believe our schedules when we tell them on the phone or whatnot how long these projects take. This project took 24 working days. Now, that's almost 5 weeks. A very elaborate project. This job was demoed and gutted down to the sheetrock. It did involve some plumbing and electrical rough-in and modification, extensive amount of cabinetry. Very nice quality high-end finishes and appliances in 24 days. So you may hear that, think, 5 weeks, that sounds about right. I will tell you that the industry standard for a job like this is going to be closer to 4 to 6 months. And so I'm really proud of our team, able to knock it out in less than 5 weeks with immense quality. The customer received this schedule 2 to 3 weeks before the job started. They had our guarantee on the completion date. To the point where if we were late on this job, we would have credited the customer $250 per working day for any day late. And I bring that up because a lot of contractors out there will tell you when they're going to finish their project. They'll even give you a schedule, but none of them that we've encountered will guarantee your project with a monetary clause in the contract that protects the customer from delay. So that's a little bit of a difference here at Kitchen and Bath Crate, and we think 24 days, this is quite the masterpiece. So if you'd like to talk about your own project, kbCRATE.com is a great way to schedule your phone consultation with Paula. She'll walk you through the entire initial process in terms of assessing your scope and aligning you with a member of our team to come out and meet with you in your home. Or just give us a call direct if that's easier for you, 888-995-7996. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.